This video is going to be about the new blade that I have, and the technical term for it is, I believe it's 9.5/2.5 at 50 degrees, 37 millimeters, but I just call it the F1 blade. They're manufactured CNC. When I get them, they're not entirely sharp. They do cut, however. The cutting is really not quite as sharp as I would like it to be, so I need to refine the edge of these blades. I'll show you how I do that. Just that might give you an idea on how to sharpen the blade as well, and then put it in the machine and test it. I use paper that I get from McMaster Carr. It's an abrasive. It's called Saya, and these are 2000 grit, wet or dry. And I'll start with that. And to sharpen the blade, I think it's important to understand that you don't want to sharpen the flat side. You don't want to just do this. That's how you ruin the burr. And once the blade has a cutting edge, you want to leave it alone. You just want to use that cutting edge. We do it by holding the blade like this, finding where it's flat, and pulling it towards you. I don't really think you need to worry about altering the edge, because once that curve is part of the blade, it's going to take a lot more to seriously alter it. Where you're just trying to refine the burr. I'm holding the blade flat. I'm trying to hold it flat, right? Like this, the flat side, and I'm pulling it. And I finish at the top. And then I do the other side. That's pretty much what's going on. The most important thing is the abrasive. So do not use a sharpening stone to sharpen a gouger blade. That will not give you good results. You need to get yourself this paper. It's like $10 for a pack. It's not much. And this is how you do it. This is how I do it anyway. And we continue to do this in this manner. And you can feel when it's flat. What I mean flat is this cutting edge is flat against the paper. It's starting to stick. See, put it on there, it sticks. Doesn't slide. I'm going to pull away from the edge, like I'm doing here. It's not necessary to go like this, right? You just pull gently, and you let the paper do the work. And that's sticking. It sticks and it stops. See? You're pushing, it's not moving. You push, it doesn't move. You push up, you pull up, it's not moving. You got to pull it away. That's what you want. I try to polish it with, this is a cellulose paper that's coated with a very fine diamond abrasive. And I don't know what the numbers are, but it's probably around 5,000. I'm thinking it's probably about $50 for one of these. It's more of the same. And then last but not least, if you want to put a nice shine on the blade, I use emery polishing paper. And that usually works very well. Gets rid of the puts a nice polish. See that? Makes it shine. Makes it sparkle. Nice polish on there. And that sticks wonderfully. So, let's put it in the machine, in the gouger. One of the things I recommend that you try and use when you're setting a blade, get yourself a thumb screw that will fit the blade. This is the easiest, simplest way, quickest way of putting a blade in. And we will put this one in, this one we just sharpened. It's important that you feel the movement of the blade as it goes up and down. I usually try to look at it on the bottom here. And that's pretty close. We'll see it sticking up. Put the screw in it. And I'm going to get some more light. What you want to do when you're putting the blade in, you want to do it by eye. So you look to see if you can see the blade. Now I don't see it anywhere. And what you can if you move it down like so. And put your finger on the end of the guide. Otherwise it's just a lot of reflection, right? And then you'll be able to see better. So I can't see it. I'm going to push it down if I can. Might have to loosen this a bit. And we want to be able to see the blade. There, we can see it. And you can tell that it's way on the inside. So we're going to move it with the screw here. See if that did anything. Turn it a little bit. And yeah, turned it a little bit. Let's try some more. You can see the blade very slightly sticking up, and it's fairly centered. It might be too much. We're going to find out when we gouge some cane. So tighten the blade. And grab some cane. It's not soaked. I usually soak it, but for this purpose we will. And then once you have your chip, you got to check it. Now I can tell this is way too heavy. So we're going to loosen this slightly, and then we're going to turn this guy. Not much, just a little bit at a time. And that's still too heavy. Very little at a time. And that's why I like the thumb screw approach. That's still too heavy. You can feel how much you're turning. Loosen slightly. Turn it slightly. Very little. Not a lot is needed when you're doing this. Oh, that's much better. It's still too much, but let's measure it between 5 and 7. Here it's 9. I'm going to do it just a little more. Oh, that should do it. That's pretty good. Well, that's a nice little chip. We'll measure that. But that's about where I like it, right about there. 6 is good. We'll continue gouging this and then measure the finished product, and hopefully the blade will be centered. Yeah, it's still a little thick, but we'll finish it. Dry cane is harder to gouge. And let's see what we got. So this blade needs to move to the inside a little bit. And so the way I do that, I don't really even loosen the screw. It's not necessary, because the lateral forces are so strong that you'll be able to move it. But I'll do it with both fingers so I can feel it moving. And that moved. You can see very little came out. A little on the edge came out. See that? Just a little bit in there. That's usually all it takes. So you can see what's going on there. That's 62, which is a little heavy. And do about 47. If I were to loosen this and turn it back, I think we'll have it. I'll show you how we do that. Just loosen these on the post. I'm going to turn this back. I should have it. There, I felt it cut a little bit. And yeah, and there we have our 60, and we have our 48 on the sides, 47 on the sides. Just remember, you don't measure the planed part. The plane is much thinner. And it was 46 there. And yeah, about 45 on the sides, 46 on the sides. And that's where you like it. So that's how that works. And then once you have it, you can just retighten this. There we have our cane with our sharpened blade. Now if you want to test another piece, by all means, that's the way to do it. Dry cane, which I don't like doing, but alright. Make sure we're where we should be. And yeah, there you go. There's your 60 and your 47, which is what I like. Works very well. So there you have it. That's how you sharpen the blade, put it in, test it, and whatnot. If you have any questions, let me know. It's really simple. I recommend getting a thumb screw for your blade, as it makes it very easy to do. And line it up by eye, like I did. Use this paper, so you'll be able to get yourself some, and you'll be able to sharpen blades like a pro. Good luck with that.